Hello trainers, it's your favorite content creator Ganeto with more Retro Cup action. This time we are leading with Galvantula. This Pokemon, a pretty solid one to use. I really recommend it to you trainers because it has a wide variety of good leads that it can catch for your team. Besides Galvantula, we also have on the same line of 3 Noctowl, which is gonna work as a closer, and Cresselia, which is gonna work as a safe switch option. If you do not have a Cresselia, you can always go in with something like a Hypno, so you're gonna have most likely the same matchups. Keep in mind that you're gonna need Thunder Punch and Shadow Ball, not any other combination, because other combinations they're gonna just be really problematic to you against the meta, and sometimes you will wish to have that Shadow Ball on your Hypno or Thunder Punch for those water types. So overall, this line of 3 it's pretty solid. I really recommend to you, I mean it. And with that said, you can see here that if you do not own a Cresselia, sometimes you might be a little bit tricky, but still Hypno can still put off the work. Landing that final grass knot on that Grident is gonna be the key element that we needed. So right here they are gonna go in with the Galvantula. We're gonna completely farm it down with our wing attacks because Noctowl is a heavy flying beast. We can go here for the sky attack, expecting a shield to be honest, but they decided not to shield, and I was kinda surprised by how well this medicine can take the sky attack. So we have to take the move. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a nice punch. I was hoping for a power up punch, and right here we have to completely farm down. However, this is gonna put us at a point that a couple of bullet seeds will be it for our Noctowl. Hopefully they are not gonna pass through any fast attacks, and we can safely go for another one to land that finishing blow on the Grident. Really good play to my opponent, but we had our Noctowl being the better finisher at the end. Next on trainers against the Walrein on its shadow form. Well, overall, the first Icicle Spear needs to be blocked no matter what, because it is gonna do tremendous amount of damage, and then the Walrein can farm us down. So we're just gonna block the first one, go for the launch, and then completely be open on taking the second one. However, this is gonna be a Shadow Walrein, so I'm just gonna block here because I have a feeling I can farm down, and because they did not switch out at all, I have another good feeling that whatever there is at the back is most likely afraid of my Galvantula. So going here for the launch against the Mew, we were right trainers, and going for another one to that Mew, but this time no matter the fact that they have no shields at all, we are just gonna use this launch on the amazing catch that they did on their flyer. So Shadow Ball is gonna connect now, but hopefully after the debuff it is not gonna do enough damage to put us on a sky attack range, so they have to go for another Shadow Ball. They cannot right on time, so Future Sight is gonna beat, and this Noctowl is gonna go down. My opponent here decides to go in now with the Mew. I have to switch out immediately to my Noctowl, and we're gonna take the victory eventually because we're gonna get hit by a move here. I'm expecting a wild charge, but we can safely take it at this amount of HP. We're on 100% HP, so yeah, we can take it, and after that we're gonna simply destroy down the remaining HP of that Mew. Next on trainers, and as it is gonna start on your screens, be sure to leave a like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. As you are seeing, we're having a lot of exciting stuff happening on this channel, and without your help we could not succeed at all. So with that said, now let's return to the commentary, because we're gonna get hit by a Bubble Beam here. My opponent decides to go for the switch to their safe pick Leaky Tank, and Noctowl is a very good Leaky Tank counter because it double resists that leak damage, which means that it takes from each leak only 1 damage I believe, and the body slams are not gonna do enough damage overall. So Noctowl is gonna be a really good counter to Leaky Tank, and if you do not have a fighter, perhaps Noctowl might solve your hands. Having access to Body Slam and Power Whip is not gonna be a lethal combo or anything, so we're just gonna force the quit right here for that Leaky Tank, and they're gonna come in with a Walrein. Keep in mind that the Leaky Tank now has almost no HP at all, so that can be pretty farmable for our Galvantula on the end game, or for our Cresselia over here. So Grass Knot is gonna take their last shield, so we're just gonna go for another move, and I'm pretty comfortable that I can take the hit over here because Icicle Spear is not gonna do enough damage to our bulky option. and another Grass Knot is gonna do lethal damage to that Walrein. So getting hit this Lickitung by a Grass Knot is gonna put at a point that it is gonna be just one Volt Switch away from dying. We're gonna block this Body Slam, and whatever there is at the back, which we know it is gonna be Araquanid since it was the lead Pokemon, it is just gonna get hit by our Discharge, dealing massive damage. And over here we might look a little bit weird, but I believe that we can absolutely win the entire match. They're gonna fire off a really smart Bubble Beam, but we can safely Wing Attack down, and this may look like a very close match, but it was all calculated, okay? Yeah, it was calculated. Anyways, next on trainers, and we're having the usual errors against this Froslass. Having access to our Discharge is gonna be our way to go, but they know better, so they're gonna absorb that Discharge on their Nidoqueen. I think I'm gonna try a Stone Edge version of Nidoqueen in a future video. I just wanna find a correct team to play it. If you have any idea, just write down in the comment section, because I am really eager to see your recommendations, and perhaps if it works we can make a video around Stone Edge Nidoqueen. Yeah, why not? Also, be sure to submit your battles if you have any waiting on your cell phone recorded, because I am really eager to see how you play your matches. I really want to see your ideas, your teams, your playstyle, and perhaps we can showcase it on this channel so that everyone can be helped by you as well. Lance is gonna do about 50% on that Swampert, and now my Noctowl can come in, absorb the Hydro Cannons. We need, I think, more than 3 at this point to get fainted, so another one is imminent. We're just gonna take it. We're gonna accept the fact that this Swampert is gonna go with back-to-back moves, and we have access to one more Sky Attack. We're gonna take out the Swampert. They have the Froslass, and guess what, trainers? We also have almost our switch up, so we're just gonna try and go for the switch after they fire off over here, and with the shield up I believe that we have kinda the optimal winning scenario here, because they're trying to farm us down. We have a shield up, they cannot throw a move, and our Discharge will just take the win. So a very close game, but our Galvantula is a fantastic lead, and of course a fantastic closer as well. Another Walrein up on the lead, a pretty cool one to have, a pretty cool one to use against our Galvantula, blocking the first one, and I believe that we can safely go here for the launch, because they have a Deoxys coming in, dealing massive damage, but they decide to block. So after this launch debuff, they are kinda switch locked in there. We're just gonna go in with our Noctowl. The Rock Slide is not gonna do enough damage now to finish us off. Gonna land this Shadow Ball, which is gonna do crazy damage, but my opponent decides to double block, and I was like, okay, what are you doing? This is absolutely weird. And your Walrein is also losing to my Cresselia, which you do not know I have, by the way. So I'm just gonna go in now with my Galvantula, farm a lot of energy, and then try to answer not only to that Deoxys, but also whatever they might have. Trevenant is coming in. This is kinda awkward because they catch for a second time a move, so we have to go for another launch. This Trevenant, down it goes, and now we have to see how they want to play this, because a pure Icicle Spear or a pure Psycho Boost might be it for our Galvantula. Unfortunately, they outspeed us with their Deoxys, and now we have to rely on our Cresselia for the end game. So farming up a lot of energy, about a double Grass Knot to be honest, so we can get hit by any move at this point from the Deoxys, because it deals nothing to us. So reaching to a double Grass Knot, gonna throw one over here on the Deoxys, and we have one more ready to go for that Walrein. However, you can see that Walrein is pretty thick, and it can even take one Grass Knot with this, but we can safely outspeed here because they're trying to go for the double Icicle Spear, but still I don't think it will be enough to finish us off. Cresselia, a very good and safe option for the meta, especially with Future Sight, and against Ghost types I think that Future Sight is just gonna work a lot and do wonders for your team. So next on trainers, and as you can see here, we're encountering a Stunfisk. So Stunfisk, a pretty bad lead to be honest, yeah, you already know that, but look at how I decided to play this. I'm gonna block the first one. I wanted to find a winning scenario here for my team, and this is all I could think about at the moment. So block the first one, accept all the rest moves, and go for back-to-back launches. Gonna take the shield here, which is absolutely awesome, and we're gonna get hit by another move. However, this time this Mud Bomb is not gonna do enough to finish us off, and we have one more launch for the finish off, or not finish off, just gonna put on the red. But at this point I believe that my Cresselia can come in and completely farm down. Stunfisk on its Unova form is pretty bad for the Galvantula and also for the Noctowl, so that's why I had to stay in. If I threw in my Cresselia, well, most probably my opponent could go for a switch out and then I could have my Noctowl and Galvantula against the Stunfisk, so things could be pretty awkward for me. Getting hit by a Skullbass here, I could not seal, to be honest, so I had to take the move. So they're just gonna go for a double block on their Lapras, and we can safely outspeed on the move because they were on the animation of the 4th Ice Art, and I was already there on the Grass Knot, so the win will be for us. Here comes the move now on the Sky Attack, and at the moment I was like, okay, I'm gonna lose, but they make the switch out to that Stunfisk. We're gonna farm a little bit of extra energy here, and I believe that we're gonna be on a very good spot overall because we have a shield up. We can seal the first Sky Attack and then answer back with a couple of Sky Attacks of our own, since 2 Sky Attacks deal about 100%, 50% each. Oh, much less than 50%. Okay, my bad, trainers. So gonna get hit. Yeah, okay, gonna farm it down eventually, so we're gonna take the win. Okay, trainers, this is gonna be a really good game. Next one, everyone, against Aurorus. Oh my goodness, I remember this one. It is not running Powder Snow, it is running Rock Throw, so that's pretty bad for me because I'm a Bug type, and of course it's pretty bad for my Noctowl as well. So I go for a panic switch out to my Cresselia, and that's pretty bad for me because I can land this Future Sight, but you saw what move this Trevenant through. It was a foul play, and that was pretty amazing for my opponent, not for me. And then it hit me, why not play foul play on our Trevenants on this meta, because it really works. So props to my opponent. We're gonna farm down this Trevenant, and they have a Cresselia of their own at the back. This is a really good team. Perhaps I will give it a shot eventually because this Aurorus was absolutely awesome. You're gonna see in a while what I mean. So here comes the Future Sight. We're gonna block it successfully, and we have now access to Shadow Ball, but I decided to go for the last second at my Sky Attack, dealing not enough damage, and they have one more move to go. If I could go there for the Shadow Ball, things could be different, but they have a Rock Throw version of Aurorus. At this point, I'm like, okay, it's an Essence Power, we can still outplay them, but they take the boost and things absolutely got out of hand, completely farming us down, and yeah, they're gonna take the victory. My hat is off to you, trainer, well played over there, and now let's move forward into the next one. Against the Walrein up on the lead, once again, too many Walreins today on the Retro Cup, no Macargos like the previous video, just Walreins, and that's pretty awesome for my Galvantula. You also saw how well we played against the worst counter ever, Galarian, actually Unova Stunfisk, not Galarian, the Unova Stunfisk. So I think that this team has almost no weakness at all other than the Rock Throw Aurorus. Okay, I already hear you on that matter. Anyways, we're gonna meet on the switch in here, the Altaria. We have the Cresselia, we're gonna hit it with a Future Sight, and they're gonna go for the switch out to a Shadow Hypno. So Shadow Hypno is gonna do massive damage with its moves, but we resist the confusion, so we can play around that. Getting hit here by a Shadow Ball, so we have to block it no matter what. We do it successfully, so my Grass Knot will do the remaining work on that Hypno. So we're gonna get hit by a move, and I was like, this cannot be a Shadow Ball, right? And it is a Thunder Punch. They knew that we were going for a move, so I'm gonna bank this energy that we have, and I will try to go for some energy on our Noctowl before fading down this Hypno. I'm pretty sure that the Dragon Breath damage is gonna do all the work on my Noctowl, so we're just gonna finish off this Hypno, and now we have some answers for that Altaria. I'm pretty sure that breaking at this amount of HP the Altaria, we can safely go in with our Galvantula, take all the energy absorbed on our Pokemon, and then bring my Cresselia, because I would miss that CMP otherwise. Is gonna be our key to win. So that's a really good play from my team. So now let's move forward to the semi-final match against a Jellicent upon the lead. A pretty solid one, because Discharge is absolutely superior move other the typing of water. So we're gonna take the victory eventually, and they're just gonna switch into an Ariados. So Ariados with Cross Poison, it can still threaten my Noctowl getting the boost. Oh my goodness, too many boosts today, and that's not good for me. So we have to go for the Sky Attack here, dealing lethal damage to the Ariados. They decide to double block, and I'm like, okay, what are you doing? They switch out, we bank our Sky Attack with our Noctowl after we follow the switch out to our Galvantula, and we have access now to discharge. They have no shields. Down goes this Walrein, and I'm gonna wait to see what they decide to come in with. They have now this Ariados. We pass through that Volt Switch, which means that if we block, we are gonna take it out. They have the Jellicent, and yeah, trainers, look at that. Pretty wonderful to see. What a spectacular view over here, and we're gonna take the victory. Final one, trainers, and let's see together how well structured this team is. Another good lead against another totally different Pokemon, Noctowl. So Galvantula, a pretty solid anti-meta option that I really recommend to you, trainers. They're gonna take the discharge thinking that this was gonna be a launch, but yeah, not gonna happen, not today. So blocking the move and keeping my Galvantula alive is what I want to do here, because they did not go at all for a switch out. So whatever there is at the back is gonna be weak to my electric or bug moves. They come in with a Walrein, which means that now we can go for the discharge and the lunge, of course. So they're gonna have a Trevenant, hopefully without one foul play, so we can go here for the future side, dealing massive damage to that Pokemon, and we can safely, I think, shield here and farm down. Yeah, shield successfully that Shadow Ball, and completely farming down is gonna be the key, because this Seed Bomb is not gonna be enough to finish us off, and now Cresselia can be on the optimal scenario to finish off the match, because we have some energy to spare, and Grass on this imminent, dealing super effective damage to that Walrein. They're going straight for that Icicle Spear, so I'm deciding to go for the switch out to my Noctowl. I want to bring my Galvantula, but I did a mistake here, so another Icicle Spear is gonna do the work, and we have to play it right. So giving my hopes all in with my Cresselia, and it absolutely is worth it, because the final Grass Knot is just gonna take out the Walrein, and another victory will be for our team. So thank you for watching. This is gonna be all, trainers, for today. I hope you liked this Retro Cup video. Galvantula is a pretty solid option, and with that said, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, because it helps us create a better and healthy community overall for our channel. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers!